Okay, I'm just gonna start this off by saying that what happened to me absolutely sucked. But there have been some worse things. But those are stories for another time, so now you gotta hear about some other bad stuff that's happened to me. But wait, before we get into that, I just wanted to let you guys know that I also started streaming games and some art on Twitch, so you should definitely go check that out. Here is my username, right on the screen. You should go follow me. You should definitely do that. But after the video, you should watch this first. That's more important. So what really is the worst thing that's ever happened to me? Well, it was a Sunday, which meant that my family was gonna drag me to church again, and I really didn't want to be there. But we ended up there anyway, so skip all that boring, useless church stuff. We were outside in the parking lot getting ready to drive to a farmer's market, and everything's fine. Until we get in the car, and my foot feels like it's being lit on fire, so I take off my shoe and I see two absolutely massive ants biting me, or stinging me, or whatever ants do, but I ripped them off and threw them out of the car. And it was really calm because I had gotten bit by a ton of ants and other bugs before, but never really had a bad reaction. Until it was a bit later and I noticed that my foot had started to swell and I was like, oh, that's not good. And then after that, it started spreading, like all over me. My face, my neck, my back, my arms, and it was totally not because I was scratching literally everywhere. So we drove to a pharmacy near the market that we were heading to and picked up some medicine. So I don't remember all the medicine that we got, but I do know that we got some Benadryl, and that stuff was magical. Like a couple minutes after I took that, I stopped hurting. I mean, everything was still swollen, but I wasn't feeling like I was dying anymore. I really don't know what I would have done if I didn't take that Benadryl, because when we got there, like, I was crying. It was so painful. I could barely stand. It was horrible. So when we got to the market, things were starting to get better. Like, I could stand without toppling over, and I could actually hold a conversation with someone else. But the thing is, I was still incredibly swollen. Like, my right eye, it was so puffed up I could not see a thing. Well, I could see the disgust on other people's faces as I tried to talk to them because of how swollen my eye was! So it was good. For a little bit. And then the Benadryl kicked in. Like, a lot. The only reason I was even able to, navigate the market or, survive was because I had a friend with me and she made sure that I didn't topple to the ground and break my skull open. So that was really useful. She also told me that it looked high. Her words, not mine. Kinda did, though. Well, she didn't help the entire time because at one point I went to go stand in line to get an ice cream and I almost fell over 3 times. It's kind of funny now that I think about it, but looking back, that entire market experience was so surreal. It was it was weird, man. So a bit after that, we left and, we went home immediately because of everything that had happened so far. But when we got home, I could not feel or move my entire right leg at all. I could not get out of bed. I could not move. So obviously we went to, the doctor the next day. Yep, I think you got bit by an ant. Well, gee, thanks, doc. Anyways, they prescribed me some steroids and I didn't have to go to school for the next 2 days. So that was one good thing that came out of it. So after the doctor, I really, couldn't do anything. I couldn't move. I was still in a ton of pain, so I was just in bed streaming art on Twitch. You should go follow me on there. And I took a couple naps because, what else was I gonna do? I took some more Benadryl and passed out. I don't really remember what happened on Tuesday, except for the fact that I took some steroids at night. That was a mistake. So apparently, if you didn't know, because I sure didn't know, one of the side effects of steroids is insomnia. And I took them the night before I had to go back to school. I got 2 hours of sleep. 2 hours! I probably got even less than 2 hours. Those ants ruined my sleep schedule, and I pride myself in actually having a pretty decent sleep schedule. And those ants ruined it! So I took like 3 more medications in the morning. I was barely functioning at school, but I got some stuff done at least. As I was writing the script, I was still recovering, but I'm all better now, so don't worry. I'm fine. My body just really hated those 2 ants in particular. Well, thanks for watching. That was quite the experience. You should subscribe. You should do that. You should really do that. And you should also follow me on Twitch. You should also do that. See you in the next video.